Hi, it's day 71 of learning to read Chinese. Today we're going to finish up the criminal activity chapter. We got some stuff here which is not really strictly related to criminal activity, but it's put in here anyways. Let's see. First character of the day. Hold on. Thought he said he fixed this. No. First character of the day, Jiao. And this Jiao, it's got these 4 dots at the bottom which represent fire. So on top is a bird. So Jiao means charred, burnt, scorched, withered, desiccated, dry, fragile. Can also mean worry, like if you use it in 焦虑, 焦急. I think those are the, yeah, 焦虑 here. This is a common word for worry, like being anxious about something. Coke, the coal-based fuel. I think it's like heating charcoal in the absence of air or something like that. There's a concept in Chinese medicine. It's got something to do with digestion. Focus, joules, the unit of energy. Primarily, though, we're talking about burnt, charred, scorched, withered, dry, fragile, worry. 丑. Well, here, if we put 焦 and 丑 together, and 丑 means worry, be anxious, gloomy, grieved, or distressed, then that tells us that in this context, this 焦 is probably also using the worry meaning. 焦丑. 美. Mei, this is on the bottom, this is mei, which is for the sound. It means each or every. This on top is yu, is rain. So that would be for the meaning, because when stuff gets wet with rain and then stays wet, it'll grow mold and mildew. So that's what mei means. It means mold and mildew, or to be spoiled by such. 序. This one's got on the left this radical, which we've said before, refers to threads. So originally this referred to the head of thread, and then over time it came to refer to order, like a 秩序, I think it would be an order, or a mood, emotional state. 情绪 is that word. Here. Yeah, there you go. This one. Super commonly used word, 情绪, for moods, feelings, emotionals, being emotional, kind of thing. 序. 轮. Lun means to ripple, fall into, or die out. So we got 轮家, to be deeply moved or affected. So I guess that's like if you fall into a pit of emotions and the emotions ripple out or something like that. Being reduced to poverty, that's also falling into, in a way. Dying out, perish, extincted. Tweet. Just go over some of these. Hold on. This on the right would be, I think, also lun. This is also lun for the sound, and then it's the water for the ripple meaning. Tui. Now, tui originally meant bald. This apparently... And this tu, referring to somebody with no hair. Yeah. Nowadays, I use it to mean dejected, listless, depressed, aged, bad, fall, decline, ruined, dilapidated, decadent. Anything that's in decline. Like 退放,退废,颓放, sorry. 颓废,颓风,颓坏. Anything that's like old, decaying, collapsing, degenerating, declining, that sort of thing. Go. Go. This is a zhi, I think, but this is used in a lot of characters that have go pronunciation, or go or something. This does have a, yeah. So this character we can read as zhi, or we can read as go. In the old days, it used to be pronounced to go more often. So that's why a bunch of the other characters that are pronounced go or something have this in it for the phonetic part. And then it's got grass on top because this originally referred to a type of grass. But now we use this to mean careless, negligent, indifferent, or greedy. Go li, go mo, go humble, tentatively for the moment. Well, that's kind of interesting. Apparently, we have both the meaning of being content with what you have now, momentarily, and also the meaning of being greedy. I can't say that I'm particularly familiar with this character, but go huo, go che. Go chen. A lot of these words about lingering or prolonging, protracted. Just being on your last legs, preserving your own life at all costs, even if existence is abject misery, torture, but still keeping on. That's what most of these are referring to. Guess that's the life you gotta lead after you've done some heinous acts. Everything, you get all anxious and worried, and everything goes moldy in the emotions. You fall into decline, and you barely hold on. 喘, this one's got a mouth on the side. The right is 端, which is for the sound, I think, for the 1 sound. This means to breathe heavily or pant. You'd say 喘气. Breathing, gasping, panting. 喘息, 喘吁吁. Sorts of words. First line. Next up, 是. This in the little is like a little bug, kind of on the inside. It's refers to a louse or lice. It's little worms on the side. There's a bird apparently. It used to look like this. This you can see more clearly. There's a bird and there's two little bugs. And then it all just kind of got melded together and looks like this now. Okay. Zao means a flea. Another nasty little booger. This is the one that you see in all the names of bugs. Chong. Chu, again, a little bug. This on the right, I believe, is Chia. And maybe the consonant comes from that, or maybe this is just a picture of the little thing, because it looks like that. Maggots pretty much look like that. There's a long kind of tubular with bands. Maggot. Hui is a roundworm or mawworm. And this is referring to, yeah, see this guy, the round hole thing and the bug. Mao is a grass, is a thatch grass or a thatched cottage that's made of grass. Some kind of spear tool thing and the grass on top. There you go, thatched hut right there. Ce is the ce in 厕所, which means the toilet, the restroom, the bathroom. But ce can also be to work in, like if you say 侧身 or 侧立. 侧列 侧足. In these contexts, it means to work in, participate in, set foot in. But I think most commonly you're going to see it in 厕所, which means toilet. So, what is going on here? Everything's full of creepy crawlies, lice, maggots, worms, fleas. You have to poop in a thatched hut, and it stinks really bad. Tote means a bad smell, a stink, odor, or anything that's abhorrent or rotten. Lost efficacy, something that's useless or ruthless. Tote. So all this kind of thing, like in a metaphorical sense, smells bad. Alternate reading, 嗅. 嗅 refers to smell or the sense of smell or to sniff something. And 便. 便 can mean convenient, easy, simple. If you say like 方便, 方便 is this 便 for convenient, easy, simple. Excrement, poop, you'd call 大便 usually. And then 小便 is pee, urine. When you have time, this is again in 方便, if you say when it's convenient, as soon as, like in the sentence you say 方便你什么时候 something something. So whenever it's convenient, you please do this or that. And this also has another pronunciation, 偏, which can mean obese, or it can mean taking advantage of someone, or it can mean cheap, like as opposed to expensive. So that's like 便宜. 便宜, 偏僻. 偏硬 sycophant, close associate, confidant, crony. Smooth talking, 便宜 can mean cheap as opposed to expensive, like it does, like a bargain goods, or it can mean an advantage, a little advantage. So if you say 占便宜, 占便宜 means you took advantage of someone. But in this context, we just talked about worms and maggots and fleas and lice and the thatched hut toilet. So this stinky is poo. I guess that's just the kind of horrible lifestyle that you'll have to live after you've committed an awful crime and no longer have the same opportunities in life in decent society as you could have had if you decided not to choose a life of crime. Something like that. 朝 means to have an audience with the king, the emperor, make a pilgrimage, to refer to the imperial court or dynasty or emperor's reign or government. So like 朝代, when you talk about the generations of dynasties, you would say 朝代. Chaobai is paying respects to the sovereign. Chaodai. Dynasty. Chaofu is the court dress. Chao, so you use this to talk about like imperial anything. Chaogang, Chaogong. Imperial anything is like Chao something. Chaoting. There you go, the imperial court. This Chao, I believe, is also the Chao in Chaoxian, which is what we call Korea. Now, Chaoxian refers to the entire peninsula, so you would use Bei Chaoxian for North Korea and Nan Chaoxian for South Korea. But South Korea is also called Hanguo. Anyways, 朝 is your alternate reading of the character, and 朝 means morning. If you go in here, you look at it, you see 朝. Morning, daybreak. You see, you got a lot of kind of metaphorical meaning of morning or daybreak in these words, like 朝君, 朝lu. It's kind of ephemeral, being in a precarious state. You see, like, how brief is that moment of the dawn when the clouds are all pink and the sun's barely risen, everything's soft and beautiful. It's like ephemeral, like that. Or 朝气 here, youthful spirit, because the youth is like the morning of life, pretty much. Jing means to go to court and present oneself before a monarch and meet with them. So last character was Chao, which is the imperial court, the dynasty, the government. Chaojing. You have to face the courts of the government. Gui. This one's got the foot on the side, which tells you that it's an action with the feet or the legs. On the right is Wei, which is not exactly the sound, but it is, in this context, it's phonetic. Gui. Wei sounds like a little bit similar. This is for kneeling down. If you look at the character, though, also, apart from it sounding a little similar to the reading of that right part, the way that this used to look, it is kind of like a guy kneeling. There's like two guys kneeling. There's something between them. I guess this could be read as like a sequence. Like up here, he's not on his knees yet. He's like preparing to kneel, and then down here, he's kneeling. Something like that. Gui. When you come before the emperor and you kneel down and you pay respects. Bai. do obeisance, express thanks, visit, offer official post, receive official post, acknowledge someone as one's master or godfather, etc. So that would be like 拜师, where 师 is like your master that you study under as an apprentice. 拜师 would be doing that, or offering greetings. So in this case, it's the paying respects to the ruler who you're visiting. So he's gonna judge you for your crimes. Shu. This is on the right is du, I think. On the left is a shell, which used to refer to money. Is it, or is it my? I don't have the best. Hold on. Oh yeah, Du has the yins upon the language one on the side. That's the head with the little hat on it, with the thing on the hat. Mai. You see, Mai. This one. Let's see this. Mai. This looks kind of different. If you see here, this on the bottom, the shells, which at one point were used for currency. This here is a container, and this on top is a foot, apparently. I think this is like you're taking your shells to the market or something like that. Or you're collecting them from the patrons. Shu means ransom or atonement. So you could be doing that, like paying bail for the money or the fine, or like a ransom, 赎回, 赎金, 赎价, 赎买, buy someone out. 赎身 means redeem, and 赎罪 would refer to atoning for a crime, because 罪 is like a crime or a sin or a wrongdoing of some kind, which is in fact the next character right here. So 赎罪. 赎罪 is the word atoning for one's crime. 罪, crime, guilt, offender, sinner, fault, blame, hardship, pain, misfortune, disaster, penalty, punishment, laying blame on, punish, or declare guilty. 罪. It's a container. And here, this, despite looking the same as fate, which is the two wings back to back and represents negation, in this case, even though it looks the same now, this originally came from this, which is a little picture of a knife, like a dagger, apparently. Because I guess back in the day, they would slice people's noses as a punishment when they committed crimes. Xiang. Xiang means toward, direction, or trend. So anything that moves towards something else or moves or trends in a certain direction is xiang. It'll also be like facing in a certain direction, I think. 朝着, you would say 朝向, maybe. 向前 is forward, right? 向目, adore, admire. 向上, upward. So it's also used for like approaching anything. 向晚 would be dusk. 向午 would be almost noon. 向下, downward. 向心, where 心 refers to the heart as in the center. 向心 would be centripetal. That's the force that kind of goes toward the center. That's it, I think. Could be misremembering. No, it is. Moving or tending to move towards a center. Yes, centripetal force. 向心. Here we have 向善, where 善 can mean lucky, good, nice, philanthropic, altruistic, kind, cautious, careful, prudent, skillful, familiar, friendly, a good person, good deeds, good condition. So we're talking about moving towards like the rehabilitation, right? Rehabilitation of criminals, be they violent offenders or otherwise. You want to help them move towards a direction of being better people, being good, learning to be kind and productive members of society. 向善, that's our allowing them to atone for their wrongs and then move forward with their lives. And that is the end of our chapter on crime and punishment. And next time we got this 仪容. 仪容 means appearance. So we got some more words about how people look. And I'll see you next time with that. Make sure you remember to practice, to review what you learned, going all the way back to the beginning of the first unit so you don't forget anything. And I'll see you tomorrow.